All right, guys, next trade we're going to look at is ADA, Cardano. One of the top, cream of the crops. I believe it might be, take a look here, where it ranks. Yeah, so this is the 6th largest market cap out of all the cryptocurrencies right now. And I actually hadn't even heard of it yet. I didn't hear about it until he went on to whatever Twitter's video streaming live app is called. I don't know, I don't care. But he shared it on his Twitter. And he basically made a really logical and rational response to what's happening with the XRP lawsuit. And he kind of bought my trust a little bit. It's like, okay, this guy isn't a fucking idiot. You know, clearly he's looking at things from a logical and rational standpoint of view. So then I started looking at the chart, right? And so that was basically how I got involved with ADA. But again, it all starts and begins with the chart. Yes, I heard him talk about being just a normal fucking rational human, but then I started looking at the chart and I was like, I actually like what I see here. Now, if we look at the chart on ADA, going back, you know, this has been trading for a while, and it did actually have what you could consider a kryptonite breakout pattern that didn't really do much right here at about 10 cents, right? I mean, it did rip 50% up to about 15 cents, but then it didn't really do a whole lot from there, and then came back down. You can see had continually rode this trend line all the way up. And then what is this little mini pattern right here on the chart that I did not get involved with, but definitely a signal that could have been a potential buy here, right? This is a mini revival or a survival breakout pattern, right? This is a survival. So a survival pattern is a breakout pattern that has that lead in trend up, followed by a downtrend that doesn't just completely break the trend, but survives, forms up a breakout pattern. And you can see broke out right exactly here. Where was the approximate area that it halted out, which would have been a good place to lock in your profits? Right at that previous high, just as the survival pattern, you know, works. And now this is basically kind of doing multiple things. Could be considered a kryptonite pattern because it is breaking all-time highs at about 18 cents, which is upwards where I got it. But this could also be considered a force pattern breakout because what is the lead-in trend? It's bullish, followed by a triangular breakout pattern that we see right here, right? So lots of different things going on here on Cardano, ADA, and I was basically buying into the force pattern breakout, right? We already did the whole kryptonite breakout pattern right here. It ripped 50%, didn't really do much, but then formed up to survival breakout pattern. I didn't get in right here at 11 cents on Cardano, but that was definitely an opportunity if you're watching it. I currently was not. And then I started continually watching it here, and I believe I bought in right out around here. We'll look at Crypto Watch in a second. Look at my exact entries and exits were, but that was basically kind of the gist of what's happening just looking at the daily chart here. ADA. So let's take a look at ADA. As you can see, this is inside of my Kraken account currently. Up $1,000 in the last 24 hours. I still have an unrealized profit of 9,000. That doesn't show in the balance here. And then I have another $13,000 in MetaMask wallet, and I have like another 25K in an undisclosed broker that I'm not revealing quite yet. But that's where I hold another position. 1 inch, just going in for an example. We just bought into 1 inch at 116 and now it's at 121. This is totally digressing about what we're currently talking about, but I just alerted that I got in here on 1 inch at 113 and now it's up at 120. Huge volume spike. Boom, fucking shakalaka. Okay, so I'll probably reveal that broker at some point. It says I don't want to do it yet because I'm not exactly sure if it's okay for me to do that quite yet. So, and that's where I hold 1 inch. But that's what we're talking about. We're talking about freaking ADA, okay? Get back on track, Cam. Kraken ADA USD. So as you can see, I didn't buy at the best price on ADA USD. I did buy at the force pattern breakout, right at the breakout. I didn't get in down here like a wolf. I didn't get down in here like a wolf. But, you know, I did buy right around the breakout of the force pattern, okay? So I didn't want to go too heavy here on ADA, but I still wanted to get in because I did like the chart pattern and there was a lot of momentum. This was also meaning that it was breaking out all-time highs, which means that there was no previous supply and demand in the past to give us any sort of reason why it can't explode from here, right? So it went from 18.9 all the way up to 35 cents. That's almost a 100% gain on ADA. Then it pulled back when Bitcoin went back. What did it do? Retested the 13 EMA, retested the 20 EMA, and has bounced since there. And I actually bought at 23 cents. I had a limit order at 23. on the secret broker that I can't reveal yet, but I did buy that dip right at the 20-day moving average on ADA. So that was a perfect bounce buy, right? So a lot of times when you're buying into these breakouts, if you're looking to buy into a panic sell-off, a lot of times the 20 EMA is a great place to place your limit order. Even if you're not looking, you might want to place a contingent stop level there so that if it does break down below it, you might get stopped out. Just like I showed you on XRP, I went to sleep, I put a limit order at 30 or 28.5 cents, but I also had a conditional order to stop out if it went below that, and I woke up, I did get filled, and then it stopped me out, and then it actually went down to 17 cents and then went all the way back up to 30 cents, and I would have been at profit, right? So it's difficult to make those trades when you're not actually there to look at what's going on, but a lot of times you can't look at the market all day long. So you can't sit there and watch and wait for it to happen, right? So sometimes you can place conditional orders just in case it does happen. So that was the ADA trade. I'm still in on ADA. I actually sold half of this. Why it's not showing here on this, I sold half of it somewhere right around in here, then I rebought on a different broker, 23. So I'm not sure why it's not showing half on here. Kraken is a little weird sometimes because I don't know. Sometimes it shows things and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm not 100% clear on why, but I was definitely locking in profits. I locked in half profit on ADA, a little bit on this pullback, and then I rebought on a separate broker at 23 cents. So still like ADA. I still think it's very bullish. I like the potential future. It can definitely keep going highs. A lot of these, again, guys, there's no previous data saying that we can't fucking explode to $1 per share on this. It's never been up there. There's no supply and demand data saying that we can't do that, right? So that's a problem because I am holding this on margin. I didn't pay cash for any of these. So I can't hold these core positions for too long, which is okay because I continually look for the new opportunity to get in and get out, because while this might go to $1, it might take 2 years to get there, right? Whereas if I can buy into one of these, get in and get out for a 50% profit, then I can take that 50% profit plus the initial capital, go look for the next trade which might make 50% move in a week, rather than holding on to something for a year, hoping that it goes up over a year, when I can place a bunch of trades for 20 to 200% gains over and over and over again, right? That's why you can compound much quicker by day trading and holding swing trading. It's just, you got to know what you're doing and you can't fuck around. But anyways, guys, that's the ADA trade, why I got in, why I'm still in, and why I bought that dip right around the 20 EMA on that secret broker that I might tell you guys about in a little bit, if I'm able to.